Hi, I'm Peyton. I'm a kinesiology student graduating from the University of Alberta with a Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology. I'm from Medicine Hat, Alberta, and I've had the opportunity to go to the U of A for the last 4 years and to work on my degree there. And while I've been there, I've had the opportunity to take lots of different classes focusing on sport and physical activity, on health and wellness, and on the science and the principles behind these things. I have a background primarily in lots of different sports, but focusing on track and field in recent years. But I've also had experience with basketball and volleyball, and I've got to participate in all these sports as a coach, as an official, as a volunteer, and as an athlete. And I've gained so many experiences through these things that I've been able to have so much fun. I've been able to learn and grow, and I think I've been able to become a better person. And I hope that as I go forward, I'll be able to apply those skills and use those experiences to better myself and to serve the people around me and to be successful in different workplace opportunities. Um, so the position that I am applying for in the assignment is the game day coordinator at the U of A Augustana campus in Camrose. So this is a position where somebody would be working to set up and prepare for different events in all the different sports that the university sponsors there. They would be involved in making sure that the facilities were prepared for games, in interacting with the fans, with officials, teams, coaches, players, and ensuring that they have a positive experience and that everything's ready for them to participate in these activities and to achieve the and to achieve their goals and to achieve the greatest levels of competitiveness and athletics that they can. Um, so, looking at this position, I believe that there's lots of things that can be applied from the practicum experience that I'm just finishing and from the degree program that I've been working in, as well as from other parts of my life. One experience from my practicum that I want to focus on was a time when I was asked to create a strength training program for an individual that had come into the clinic that I was at for my practicum. So I wasn't given a lot of guidelines other than what we had interacted with this patient, and we knew kind of what their goals were. But the physiotherapist that was supervising me left it pretty much up to me to fulfill this assignment, however I thought would be the best way to do it. And for me, that was pretty intimidating. To largely kind of be left to do it myself. I'm a person who really likes to have clear guidelines and have really strict instructions to know exactly what I need to do. But by intention, there wasn't a lot of guidelines given for this, and I was trusted to figure it out on my own. And I think even though it was difficult, that was a really good experience for me. I was kind of forced to just go and apply the things that I've learned in school and look at the experiences that I've had and try to do the best that I can to fulfill the needs that this individual had. And ultimately, I found that I did have a lot of success doing that. And even though it was a stressful experience, I was able to lean on the knowledge that I have, and I was able to focus on serving this person and creating something that would help them to be healthy and strong. And I had ultimately a really positive experience with that. Um, and I believe that those sort of skills are going to be transferable to any job. Um, but especially the aspect of focusing on the things that I know and the things that I've learned and being able to apply those in a workplace and trusting myself, even when I'm responsible for other people and even when there are some stakes, to being able to effectively apply that knowledge that I am capable of that. And to me, that made a big difference, and I was really grateful for that experience. Um, I also think that there's a lot of skills just generally from the practicum that were really transferable that'll be applicable to this position, but also to any workplace that I'll be in the future. Um, the most important one that stands out to me is having professional interactions with people and the way that you interact with someone when you're working, when you're in a position of authority, and when they're trusting you. Um, so I've been working in a physiotherapy clinic for my practicum, and there's been lots of different people who have come in with different problems, and sometimes you're put in a position where you have to be something of a counselor to them, and you have to put aside your own feelings, even if these people might be someone that you wouldn't want to interact with on a normal day or in the rest of your life, but you're there as a professional. And so as part of your job, you put aside your feelings and you focus on helping them because that's what you're called on to do. And as I witnessed how other people interacted in this setting, and as I had the opportunity to step into those experiences myself, I saw that there are challenges to doing that, and sometimes you have to have a lot of control over yourself, and sometimes you're put in stressful situations where these people are telling you things or they're relying on you to help for something, and it might put you in a difficult spot. But ultimately, you know that you're given the tools through education, through training, through practicing in that profession, that you're able to meet those needs of those people. And if you focus on the ways that you can help them, ultimately, it ends up being a positive experience. Um, so then looking at the course of study that I've had in the Bachelor of Science Kinesiology program over the last few years, I think there's also a lot of transferable skills. Trying to apply it specifically to this position, being a game day coordinator and trying to set things up, I think there's a few things that were really applicable. One came from the sports ethics class that was in the third year of my program, where we talked about all the different competing priorities and different philosophies that different stakeholders will have in these events, and having to manage those things and understand why people might act in a certain way and the kind of environment that you want to facilitate. And I think in setting up a game day environment and preparing for these intense competitions, you have to keep in mind the well-being of these people, and you have to understand what their goals are and what their understanding of appropriate behavior might be in that environment, and how you can work with that, and you can try to provide a framework that'll let them be successful and also let everybody be happy and safe and have these activities be as wholesome as they can be. And I also think a really applicable section of coursework was studying the sociology of sport and physical activity. And we focused a lot on how these kind of activities, participating in sport, being physically active, can be a great strength to people, and it can make them happier and healthier and stronger and better. And I think in any position where you get to facilitate those kind of experiences, it's good to know about just how great of an experience it should be for these people and the joy that it can bring them. And then looking on my own experiences, I see the joy that it's brought me. And I hope that in a position like this, I would be able to show that joy and work for these people to provide good experiences for them. And I believe that it can be a positive experience. And I hope that if I'm able to draw on those good memories, on those things that I know I can provide to these people, that I can truly be successful and have a lot of happiness and fulfillment in a position like this. Thank you.